Mom's parents, Mom and Pop Daly, who I
Yes.
remember a little bit. What were they like?
They were really neat. Pop Daly never worked a day in his life. He was just a real little short guy who smoked Philly cigars and would just sit there and puff away. And he wore a derby and loved baseball, but never worked a day in his life. And Mom Daly worked. She cleaned offices for Bond Baking Company until she was 74.
Did that seem unusual to you that your grandfather didn't work?
Well, I guess we were just used to it. But we would go on Sunday, Franny and I would walk to Mom Daly's. It was 2 blocks away
What street did she live on?
on Hamburger Street, which was right off Passio Avenue. And we would go there for breakfast every Sunday. And then some of my cousins would come down and spend the night, you know, the ones that did live close by. And we would go, and Mom Daly would make pancakes. But she would say, she would put her wedding ring in the batter, and she would say, whoever would get the pancake with the wedding ring in it would get a quarter. So we would eat a lot of pancakes, not knowing at the time that she never put her ring in the batter until the last pancake. So, but she was a lot of fun. We would have Halloween parties in July when my cousins came down. She would get all clothes out of the closet and dress us all up. And we had there was a drugstore right across the street, and she would go get us ice cream sodas. So she was a real fun lady.
How old was she when she died?
She was like maybe 90. She developed dementia. It started like she lived at this house on Hamburger Street her whole life. And the man that she rented from said that he would never sell the house as long as she was alive. And he did. And she was older. She was like maybe in her 80s. So Mom found her a house on Tree Street, and she was never right once she moved away from Hamburger Street, because she would go out for walks and she'd tell people she was going home, which meant she was going back to Hamburger Street. So then she developed dementia, which back then was called senility.
They never owned their house.
Never. Rented their whole life. Well, Pop never worked. And I guess what Mom earned kept food on the table. And they had an ice box. They didn't have a refrigerator. They had a big oak cabinet-like thing called an ice box. And the iceman would come with big slabs of ice for the ice box. And that's what they used to keep their food cold.